How's everyone doing today? Hope you're doing well, and I hope you're having a great day. My name is Bungle. If you're unfamiliar with me, I like to do whiteboard presentation videos on various games, video games, etc. And today, we're going to be talking about Enlisted, the World War II free-to-play first-person shooter. Now, you may be asking, what is Enlisted? You're unfamiliar with it or whatever. It's a good free-to-play alternative to, let's say, Battlefield 5, right? If you want historical accuracy, you kind of want some fun arcadey gameplay, Enlisted is definitely the way to go. Now, kind of like my other videos talking about the premium content in this game, a free-to-play game usually, when you play it, right, there are opportunities that the game arises where you're going to have to pay money, not like a paywall, but kind of pay for convenience, right? Pay to enjoy your experience, right? So if you're trying to grind through campaign levels, right, if you're unfamiliar with how this works with Enlisted, you have campaign levels. As you progress through the campaign levels, you get to unlock new content, new squads, new vehicles, new equipment, etc. So kind of to expedite this grind, is to get a premium account and then also get a premium squad. And you may be wondering, what does a premium squad do? Well, it gives you XP, and it usually comes with a level 4 crew, right? And the crew's already maxed out, they're already trained, you're good to go. You can take this crew into battle and just go, not worry about it, moving around equipment, move around perks, training crews, etc., right? It's a crew you can just take out into battle. Now, today we're going to be talking about the US Premium Engineer Squad, and this is going to put you back roughly 40 bucks, alright? So, if you're unfamiliar with the Engineer class, I already did another video on it, I'll link it down in the description, highly recommend checking it out. But, the Engineer Squad in general, right, is a multi-role class. It's not a class that you can go out there and go to the front lines like an assault class or a machine gun class and start just going crazy on people, right? The Engineer class is a support class, but it's also a class that can be weaponized into being a very deadly class. And what I mean by that is kind of going down with it is you can build obstacles, right? The Engineer class, this is going to be a level 2 Engineer class, alright? The difference between level 1 and level 2 is the amount of obstacles you can build, how many gun emplacements, etc., right? So a level 2 Engineer class, 1, you can build a machine gun point, right? An MG point is very, very important in this game. If you build an MG nest or whatever at a choke point, you can do great things for your team. You can definitely take a lot of people out, get the enemy very frustrated with you to the point where they're going to go and just start going out of their own way to try to take you out. Using aircraft, using tanks, etc., right? So it's kind of funny seeing people get upset when you set up an MG nest and you just start hammering the whole team. I was doing Normandy one time and this one guy had to go all the way around the map to kind of see where I was at, to go and try to take me out. So it's kind of funny, the enemy team that does get frustrated with it. You can also build 2 anti-aircraft guns, so you can use that for anti-infantry as well as anti-aircraft as well, right? And you can build an anti-tank, so a 57mm anti-tank gun, place it strategically, right? So it can frontally pen a Puma. When you get down like Panzer IIIs and higher, it's definitely good to place it in areas where you can get good side shots on a Panzer III and especially a Panzer IV. Now, going on with it too, one of the big things about it is the Johnson M1941, right? So the Johnson M1941 is a semi-automatic weapon. Now, I've played with the Johnson and I've shot and fired it in the game, and one of my big things with this gun is, or this weapon should I say, is the recoil. And the recoil is really bad. It kicks like a mule if you're trying to shoot multiple times. You have to go and kind of control that recoil, usually by holding left shift and firing your shot strategically. So if you're in a kind of close quarters combat and stuff like that, and you're just hip firing, right? You're going to go run into an issue where your aim's going to be all over the place, right? So you got to go and kind of maintain your accuracy, maintain your awareness and everything like that when you're firing this weapon, right? So that's the one con with it. Now the pro with it is this thing can one-shot. Definitely one-shots a lot of opponents very, very easily. It's a very accurate, it's a very good weapon, but at the same time the recoil, if you're firing more than one shot at a time, is going to get a little crazy. So you got to make sure you got to account for that when you're getting yourself in engagements. Now, is this the class that I'll just take right to the objective and go crazy on? No. Watch my Engineer class video to kind of understand how to play Engineer class, but in short, you're an asset to the team, right? So with the building asset, you get to also build obstacles such as barbed wire, sandbags, you also get to build ammo resupply points, and also you get to build a tactical insurgent or a spawn point so your teammates can spawn in on, right? Kind of works like Call of Duty if you've ever played it with a tactical insurgent. If you die, you kind of respawn in a certain area close to the objective. So it's very helpful with that as well. Now, like I said too, you get an XP level 4 crew. So maybe you're wondering, hey Bungle, why should I buy this, right? My recommendation to you is master the classes in this game before you buy the premium versions, right? You need to master the Engineer class and know how to play it. You understand that this class is not like an assault or a machine gunner class. This class is there to kind of build the team, adapt to situations, understand the maps. Because when you play the maps, you understand the maps, understand certain areas you can go, choke points, etc. That's when you build your objectives. I mean, build your obstacles, build your guns, your gun placements, and stuff like that. That's when you can really start generating a lot of kills, a lot of points for your team. And that's a big thing, especially with a machine gun nest. If you set it up at a choke point, you will start earning so many kills. It's insane. And then you get to see the enemy team rage at you, so that's kind of funny. But my recommendation is, if you're new to the game and you're still kind of placing at the bottom half of your team, usually at the bottom of the list and everything like that, you're still trying to learn the game, right? So you're not there mastering it yet. So my recommendation to you is that you go learn the game, right? Learn how to play an engineer class, play the default one, understand how that works, right? Understand how you can get kills and everything, be an asset to your team. Once you master that class, then you can go and decide to buy the premium version. When you buy the premium version, you're going to get that XP boost that's going to help you with a campaign level, and this is going to be a career you're not going to have to mess around with. It's good to go, you can take it out into the battle and do great things with it. If you reached this point of the video, thanks for sticking around. I hope you comment down below, hit that sub button and a like button as well. Your comments, I do read them, I do take the feedback from them. I understand that, yeah, 40 bucks is a lot of money, but you got to keep in mind too, at the same time, if you're putting a lot of time in this game, like you are playing it constantly, like every day, then like kind of keep that in mind, right? If you're going to go and put money into a game that you're going to be playing a lot for convenience, it's going to help you in the long run. Now, I'm not advocating or shilling for this game, right? But at the same time, me personally, I find myself playing this game a lot, right? So I got other games on my game list to play, but if I'm playing this constantly, you want to get that ROI, that return on investment, right? So if you can afford it, definitely kind of weigh that in your decision-making process, right? Same time though, I do agree if this does go on sale, it's 40 to 20 and stuff like that, definitely decide to pick it up, right? And kind of wait for sales too if that's what, you know, where you're at. But if you're playing the game, you're grinding just fine, and the grinding experience is working fine for you, then kudos to you. But if you're kind of limited on time, and this is the only game you're playing right now, and you have the funds available to kind of go and do that, purchase it or whatever, then I would recommend, you know, like I said, master the game. Then if that becomes an option, definitely go with it. But at the end of the day, thanks for sticking around. I really do appreciate your comments, your likes, your negative likes, and everything like that. Mashing that thumbs down button, I really do appreciate that as well. But other than that, thanks for sticking around. I hope you all have a great day, and take care.